When you finish, show me a thumb. It's a familiar one. Sebastian, will you read it to everybody?
I can clearly communicate my ideas using academic and specific vocabulary.
So we are working on mission 5, our presentation. And the first thing we're going to do today to get our brains working is we're going to do an inner and outer circle. Okay? So when I say that, what happens is there's going to be a group of people who stand on the outside of the rug, and then there's going to be a group of people who are on the inside facing them. Okay? In order for us to do this quickly, I think the easiest way is for me to tell you to get with your editing partner, and then these people are on the inside, these people are on the outside, inside, outside. When you get situated in your circle, I want you to sit in your circle. This is different. I'm going to say that again. You're going to go find your editing partner. This person's going to sit on the inside. This person's going to sit on the outside, and they're going to face each other. If your editing partner is not here, I want you to come find me, and I will partner you up. Let's do this without talking so that we can move on quickly. Go. Okay, everybody shake hands with your partner. Okay, voices off. Okay, the person on the inside, you are going to share this. One way and you're going to say ocean, far north, or land. So depending on your group, Wesley, come sit here. Zaire, sit there. I'm just helping you guys spread out. You are going to say one way the ocean is affected by climate change is, and you're going to tell that to the person on the outside circle. Once you have finished, the person on the outside is going to do the same thing back. They're going to tell the group on the inside one way that the ocean or the land is affected by climate change. After both people have shared, I need you to turn off your voice, because then we will rotate. So, inside people, go.
Get too hot. They will rise up and have an We'll be right back.
Okay, inside circle. Look to your right. And you are going to move one person to the right. So do not start talking, everybody move. One person to the right. And then shake hands with your new partner. Okay, inside people, share with your new partner. One way the ocean is affected.
One way the ocean is affected hot water expands, and the hot water makes coral bleach, which means it's losing its color, and the less color the coral has, the less and that's the reason they're hard. So it's harder for fish to live with all those coral.
Okay, I need a few people are going to need to move their bodies, but I want everyone to, if you have to move, so maybe I'll leave this here. Move your bodies to get back to audience because we're going to Ooh, okay, we're ready. So now that you have actually practiced saying how your zone is affected by climate change, you're going to get a chance to go write it down. So Sebastian, what did we just do? We practiced what? Yes, you guys just said a lot of really important facts and a lot of really important things. You actually kind of just maybe did like a mini presentation. So to prepare ourselves for tomorrow, Lucy, we're going to take the thinking you guys just did with your partners rotating and write it down so it's saved for tomorrow. All of you yesterday filled out like a very, very, very basic form. I hope people are looking. that has different sections. And I'm going to show you today how to fill out those sections. Here's my computer. So one of the things you're going to have to do is you are going to have to share and write 3 ways that your zone is affected by climate change. So I've got 1, 2, 3. One example of how climate change is impacting the ocean is, and in that box below, I'm going to write down independently 1 way the oceans are affected. Who in here is studying the oceans? Ooh, I'm going to say that again. Who in here is studying the oceans? Would one of you be brave enough to share what is a way the oceans are impacted by climate change so I can add to my script? Lila, what's one way the oceans are being impacted?
One way the ocean is being impacted is when the water gets warmer, it bleaches the coral and it kills the coral, so the fish and all the sea creatures will move away.
Whoa, Lila, it sounds like you know your stuff. When the water gets warmer, it bleaches the coral. And then what was this part you said about the fish?
The coral dies and they move away, so they don't have any food.
Thomas. What? Look at me. The fish then don't have a place to live?
And or eat.
So, I just took the words that came out of Lila's mouth, what she talked about, and I just wrote them down.
Oogie boogie.
Then, Lila would think through another example of how climate change is impacting the ocean is, and in this space she'd write down another. And then lastly, she would write down 1 more way climate change the oceans are being affected. This is going to be the script that you use tomorrow to help you with your presentations. So, I'm going to give us, it's just going to be 10 minutes of complete silent writing, independent. You just have to talk. Now you're going to go put your thinking down on paper. You have this page to fill out examples, and then if you finish, you can work through some of the other boxes. Jimmy, what can you do if you finish writing down the 3 ways your area is affected? I'll repeat it. You can work through the other boxes. So there's a box about what climate change is. There's a box about solutions. So you can kind of work your way through writing this script. I'm going to put 10 minutes on the clock. It's 10 silent, independent minutes to write down your thinking. If you finish early, reread it. And then we're going to come back together to do something different. If you have a question, I want you to wait. I want you to go try to do this at your tables first. If you get stuck and for some reason your tenacity level is feeling kind of low, I will definitely come help you, but I want you to try first. I'm going to give you your folders as well, so that if you forget some facts, you can use your resources that you've been doing. So, impacted by climate change. What's another way? So coral reefs die. What else happens with the oceans?
The oceans get flooded.
What's that called?
Oh, the sea level rise.
Sea level rises. Yeah. So the sea level's rising. That's a great example. Good thinking, guys. So I really need you to stop writing, and I need you to watch me and follow me. That's how I know you're listening. We're almost all there? Okay. I know not everybody finished. We will have time this afternoon, but I want to give us some time to practice. There. So, what you're going to do is you are going to take your script. I'm losing people, you're not all looking. You are going to take your script and your folder, and then you are going to go with your group and you're going to practice your speech for tomorrow. What that will look like is you and your group will go find a small area. I think the facilitator should decide, like, do they go first or do you go in order on the poster? I think going on the order of the poster is the easiest. Everybody will have 2 minutes to share, and then your group can give you some feedback. Once you've given feedback on their presentation, someone else in your group can practice. Hopefully everyone will get to practice, but if you don't have a chance to practice this morning, you will get to practice this afternoon. So first, let's get our materials ready. Everybody, take your papers and your folders. Clean up everything else. No. I do not need you to talk, so you're not moving. All you're doing is getting your papers and folders ready. Freeze! Everybody freeze! You're not moving yet. Okay, I'm telling you where to go to make this faster. So, let's see. Pierce, Jimmy, Maddie, Ivy, Oliver, you are going to the library. Ava, Blake, Matilda, Chloe, Redbird, you're going by the door. Thurston, Athena, Lucy, Sebastian.
I am representing the group Far North and South. As you know, we have studied climate change. Climate change is when CO2 covers the earth like a blanket. When the sun's ray goes, the CO2 blocks it from going out and the earth's core absorbs it, causing the earth to warm. One example of climate change is impacting far north and south is polar bears are losing their homes because the ice is melting. Another example of how climate change is affecting the far north and south, glaciers are melting, causing oceans to rise and make floods. Lastly, the Arctic melts because of global warming and our actions causing lots of animals to lose their homes as well. As you can see, climate change is a big deal. As awful as it sounds, though, we can do something to help. For example, you could do less electricity, you could do less car driving, maybe ask your parents to ride bikes to school or walk.
Protocol. And I'm calling it a fishbowl even though it's just more a presentation. But we're going to have one student who's showing a lot of courage come up and they're going to give their presentation. And what I want is for people in the audience to think of a compliment and a critique. One thing you like about her presentation and one suggestion or idea for her to make it better for tomorrow. I'm going to randomly call on people, so you have to have those 2 things prepared. Redbirds, what 2 things you need to have prepared?
I wasn't listening because I had to tell you.
Okay, you can still listen when you're doing that. You need to have a compliment, one thing you like about her presentation, and a critique, one thing you could suggest for her to make better. Every student right now should be sitting on the rug, and every student should have their eyes on Maddie. Maddie is going to give her presentation about how climate change is affecting her zone. Maddie, when you think everyone is showing good listening skills, you can start.
I am representing the group Far North and South. As you know, we have studied climate change. Climate change is a climate changing over the years. Climate change is also known as global warming. One horrible result of climate change is a negative effect to our far north and south. I will teach you a couple of examples of how it is being impacted. One example of how climate change is impacting the far north and south is polar bears are losing the ice to live on, and polar bears the polar bear's food is going away. Another example of how climate change is impacting the far north and south is seals are moving with the ice, and polar bears can't eat the seals unless the polar bears swim with the seals. Lastly, Arctic and Antarctic glaciers and icebergs are melting before and freezing more too late. This is bad because polar bears need to get food for their babies to survive. As you can see, climate change is a big deal. As awful as it sounds, though, we can do some things to help. For example, you could stop using a car every day and walk or ride a bike every now and then. Install solar panels or use wind power. Turn the lights off in the room you're not in. Otherwise, always turn all lights off before you leave the house.
All right, Sebastian, what's a compliment for Maddie?
One compliment I have for you, Maddie, is I like how you weren't mumbling, you were speaking kind of clearly.
Awesome. Wes, what's a compliment you have for Maddie?
That like even though the text doesn't say the, she had to like say the, because it says.
So she made it sound smooth.
It's impacting ocean is. So she had to say it's impacting the ocean is.
So Maddie, you're saying she did a good job making it sound really smooth. Athena, what's another compliment for her?
A compliment for Maddie is and she thought of some good things that we could do, like turn off all lights on the chair when you leave the house.
You thought that was a good suggestion? Ivy, what's a critique, something that she could improve to her?
Maybe a critique is something that she could do even better is maybe adding a little more detail.
Maybe specific? What part do you think she could add more detail to?
Like when she said that the seals are that polar bears have to swim with the seals. I think you could add more detail to that.
Broden, what's another critique, something she could improve on?
I have learned this in the past couple of years at school when I'm doing presentations. That when you're reading like a script, you don't want to look like down at the script. You want to like look at it so you don't forget it, but look at the audience, not just looking straight at glancing at it and then looking at it.
Okay.
Like putting it right here on your stomach.
Yeah. So we are going to practice these again this afternoon so that you can learn your script better, since you guys just wrote them. All right, thank you so much, Maddie, for being great and sharing. Ivy now is going to give her presentation. And the same thing, I'm going to randomly call on some students for a compliment and critique, so everybody really needs to listen. Penelope, you can stop.